it's the human impact on climate change, and we've been talking about that for about a week and a half, okay? We've done many different things on it, so today, to conclude the lesson, we're going to get into on how you personally affect climate change, okay? Okay, so with that, we're going to look at different questions on how we can calculate human effect on climate change. Okay, so let's look at the first one. So the first question is, list and discuss. We're actually going to brainstorm. Are you able to do that, Elijah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to list and discuss possible human sources of GHGs. Darlene, what is a GHG?
Greenhouse gases.
Okay, greenhouse gases. Now, what can greenhouse gases lead to, Anthony?
The change in the climate.
Change in the climate. Well, how? Changing climate in what way?
Global warming.
Global warming. Okay, thank you over here. All right, global warming. All right, so to look at that, so where do these gases come from? So I want you to look at that as your group today. You're going to do about 2 to 3 minutes of in-group time, and you're going to answer that question. Where do these gases come from? Are the sources common all over the world, or are these sources a little bit more in areas that are larger? Okay? So go ahead as a group and do about 2 minutes, okay? And answer that question. The question is, where do these gases come from? All right? And are these sources common all over the world, or are they larger in some areas? Now converse with each other. We want to talk about it. I want you to get involved. It's true.
Like in Buenos Aires, that air is like super clean.
Yeah. Don't forget about the second question. Like, are sources common all over the world, or are some areas larger?
Yeah, like, I know when you're flying to Texas, and flying to Dallas, you can see the smog and stuff.
Yeah, you fly through.
It's gross.
So that's really cool because like when I was visiting, when I was visiting Denver, and you go up, actually what's something called like Red Rock. So
Yeah, Red Rock is
the amphitheater there. So we went up there. It was about 6,000 feet, but you could see the city. You could see like the smoke.
yeah. So more populous areas.
The second question that you said,
There's more emissions because there's more people.
are sources common all over the world, or are some? Are y'all okay over here?
Yeah, we good.
Are y'all finished? Okay. Focus on the word. You're going to answer. You're going to be the one that answers. All right. So the second question is like, is it common all over the world? Okay, meaning that would you see are fossil fuels not only in America? Do you find this in Canada? Do you find them in Mexico? Do you? Okay, yeah. So we know that, right? But now you got to take it to the next level on how can they are these fossil fuel emissions more in these parts of the world? Think about that. Do you think so? It doesn't know what they do. You don't really need to know what they do over there. You want to know, does it affect, like, is the area larger? Does it emit more?
Yeah, the area is large.
All right. You know it. So let's look. How about you stop that? All right. Okay, guys. We're going to focus on here. Okay. All right. So someone tell me, where do these gases come from? McKenna?
All over the world.
All over the world. Be more specific.
Like cars,
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
factories, like stuff like that.
Your factories, cars. Yeah. So let me ask you this. What are they burning?
Gas.
Well, they're making gas, right? But how are they making it? What are some companies or some industries that produce these emissions up into the atmosphere? What are they burning? Coal. Very good. Okay, coal. All right. Anybody want to add to that some other things that we can get these gases from? Oil. Okay. Very good. We make. Very produces CFCs, right? Okay? Alright, so very good. So let's look at the second part. Are the sources common all over the world,
Yes.
or are some areas larger sources than others?
Some areas are larger.
Why? What?
Because in some, you have like big cities that have like more transportation and like factories, which be more pollution to the air.
Very good.
New York.
So you have
New York.
smaller
China.
cities that don't have.
Small cities that don't. But again, even though it's the smallest city, doesn't mean it doesn't have a lot of pollution, right? Okay, you could have a city that's like for example here in Pascagoula, we have Chevron, right?
Yep.
And that produces a lot of emissions into the air. And also Ingalls, which again, they use a lot of mechanical devices and things like that that actually use coal and stuff like that. Okay? Alright, let's look at number 2. You have I gave you a sheet there. I want you to look at the part where you have graphs on it. So turn it over. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to show you these graphs here so you have a better. We're going to look at both of them. Okay? So let's look at this. And instead of as a group, let's all look at it together. Okay? So look at the first graph. Okay? When you look at a graph, every time you look at it, you always want to know what you're looking at. Okay? So the first graph, someone tell me, what are we monitoring here? Carbon dioxide. Okay? Carbon dioxide. So to look at the trend, someone tell me what's happening to the carbon dioxide emissions since 1978 to 2006. It's only stopped in 2006.
Steadily going up.
Steadily, it's rising. Very good. So when you look at a graph like this, how do you know it's rising?
It's going up.
It's going up. That's simple, okay? But if you look closely, we have some dips though in here. Okay? What year can you say that there was a slight dip in carbon dioxide?
Like in 1994.
1994? Yeah, because it was going up and it kind of slightly went down right there. Okay? Very good. Now, let's look at methane. Look at methane. What's happening to methane graph there?
It's rising now. It's starting to level out.
Perfect. Anthony said it's increasing, then it's steady. Okay? Let me ask you, we get to this point here, why is it steady? What do you think can cause that?
Using more solar.
Decrease in methane usage or
Okay. You're right. You're actually trying to decrease the amount that's being used. And I heard something over here.
More eco-friendly stuff.
More eco-friendly stuff. Like what? What eco-friendly stuff? Solar energy,
Solar powered stuff.
solar power stuff.
wind
Okay.
power.
Wind power. All right. Very good. So let's scroll down a little bit here. Here's a question I want to ask you. Okay. It says here that human contributions affect greenhouse effect, right? Okay? So, are you okay, Elijah?
Oh, one mile over.
Okay. What gas, when you look at this chart, is the most being emitted into the air?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, okay? So this is what humans do. Nitrous oxide, CFCs. CFCs is what Elijah said about aerosol sprays and things like that. Then methane. Now look at the world. What country uses the most carbon emissions based